Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Betty. Hi, Jane. Hi, Mary. Oh, we're going to have fun today. These cards are so much fun to make. Can you guys hear me okay? No echoes and the like. My camera just froze. Oh, now it unfroze. Okay. We had Daddy out here, Mary, but he refused to go potty outside, so we put him back in the house because we didn't want any accidents during the video. Now it's funny that that one's fine and the good camera's the one that's freezing. Let's take a look at what we have in our kit today. I'm going to start with our piece of cardstock, which was really, really hard. That camera's just not behaving for some reason. It's very, it's very
Blurry?
blurry. There you go. That's a little better. It's still a little blurry today. I don't know why.
It's crystal clear on the main camera.
How about you guys? Is your picture clear? Oh, there. Now it's clearing now. Now it's clearing up on the TV. This paper is gorgeous on both sides. This is the back side, and this is the side we're actually using. So it was really hard to decide which part of the paper to actually use, but I opted for this side because I really like the landscape and I like the flowers at the top. And okay, so let's take a look before we get started actually cutting things up. Oh, I was going to show you what else is in your kit. I should still do that. You got this beautiful piece of cardstock. You have a full sheet of this Stamperia Sea Dreams chipboard. You have our base cards, which are 4 European A6 and 1 DL. You have, of course, the envelopes that go with those. You have mirror board to go with all of those. And you have some foam strips this time. We're going to try a little bit different foam square. Hi, Brenda. And then we have our little baggie of our dark gray pearls that I think go really nicely with these. So let's go to actually seeing how we're going to lay this thing out. I'll set my envelopes off to the side as usual. So I only have my card supplies here. And let's see how we actually laid these out. This one's coming from the lower corner. This one is coming from this corner. Beautiful, because these cards are 5 7/8 inch wide, that we can get too wide on the bottom. And then this one is coming from right here. This one is coming from right here. And this one is going to come from up here. So we're going to get all of our cards out of one sheet of cardstock. Hi, Sharma. Welcome, friend. And now let's get started. So basically, we're going to be, I think the way to start in cutting these out is to cut your 12-inch piece of paper into 3-4-inch strips widthways. Okay? Does anybody have your kit and working with me today? Hi, Annette. Who's working with me today? Anybody? I know we've had lots of kits go out the door. You guys just looking for inspiration today and you'll make them later, or is anybody working directly with me? No answers. I am Jane. Yay. Mary's working on something else. Okay, perfect. All right. Excellent. Jane, you and I will make these cards. Okay, let's start by trimming off this strip across the top, the Stamperia brand strip. So let's start by trimming that off the top. Boy, the Stamperia paper is just such good, beautiful, beautiful paper. I absolutely love it. And now, as I said, we're going to actually start by cutting 3 4-inch strips of paper. So I'm going to cut this one to 4 inches. I'm going to cut another one here to 4 inches. Just want to make sure I'm not cutting my turtle head off or anything, which I'm not. That's going to be perfect. And then we've got our perfect strip left, 4-inch strip left for the top. So laying these out is actually going to be fairly easy since everything happens to lay out in 4-inch strips. That's nice and easy way to go. Let's cover our, in this case, I also used the same rainbow mirror on all 5 of my card bases. So I think I will start with the big one, and maybe I can give Bryce my A5s. Do you mind covering these with Mary for me, honey? That's become your job, hasn't it?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
He says he's afraid it has. Okay. So Bryce's sister came and picked up Bob today, and he's headed for Spokane for a week of fun with Paula and her husband Tim. So he's only been gone about, what, Bryce, an hour?
Yeah.
And I'm already kind of missing him. I know his squirrels will be missing him before long. We'll take care of his kitties. They're here on their catio, although we did have to catch him when he was going to pack the kitty treats. I think he thought maybe he was taking them with him. I can't see my down arrow, honey, when you're over there. But I know I didn't give you any room to work over there either. That'll take me a minute to see your comments, guys. Bryce is working at the other end of the table, covering my cards for me. We'll miss him. Teddy's especially going to miss him. Bryce gave Bob the leash as they went out to having some yard work done today, and the guys they're hauling in new gravel, and since the guys were graveling and it's really heavy, we parked all the cars on the street so they could have full access to the driveway. And so Paula was parked out on the street, and Bryce handed Bob the leash for Teddy to walk them out. And I told Bryce as they headed out the driveway, the dog comes back. Oh, I'm positive Teddy's going to be looking for him. There is no doubt whatsoever about that. It is definitely going to happen. That dog is going to be beside himself. I think we're all going to get extra face washings. You're leaving for Georgia on Monday. Yeah, Annette. That's great. I have this little pack of tissue here. Margie brought me. She was teasing me. I must be allergic to, and then you add in the name of whoever or whatever your allergies are. These guys are blowing dust and dirt all over outside, so I'm kind of stuffed up. But yeah. All right, here we go. So we got our card covered with our DL card covered. Okay. And now we're going to take a look at this piece here, and we're going to, I think the very first thing we will do is cut it lengthwise. And the reason I want to do the lengthwise first is because remember how I said that I cut out these flowers on the back? I want as much of that flower as possible to be retained. So rather than cutting it widthwise first where I lose a little of that, let's cut the length off so I have the biggest scrap I can have there. And we're going to want this to be, I believe this card is 8 1/4, but let's check it. Let's just check it. This card is 8.25 inches. So I'm going to cut this to 8 inches long. And then we're going to retain, we're actually going to keep this little piece, even though we're not using it now, because you can use that on your inspiration cards if you choose to make them. And then our piece is currently 4 inches wide. We know that our card is 4 inches on the nose, so we're going to want this one to be 3 3/4 inches wide. Line that up. Trim a little bit of my pretty leaves off, but not too bad. I do have the 12 by 12 pack of this paper coming. I don't think it's been listed yet, so I don't think it has arrived yet. I'm going to take a little more off my width because at 3 3/4, my width margin isn't quite the same size as my length margin is. So I'm going to trim just a hair more off and see if I can make that look a little more balanced. And there we go. There we go. I'm liking the way that looks.
Say hi to Thelma.
Hi, Thelma. Welcome, friend. Hi, Roberta. I'm not sure I said hi to Betty. Hi, Betty, in case I didn't.
Say hi to Brenda.
I did say hi to Brenda. Hello again, Brenda. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this piece of paper down on my sheet. These are really simple cards to make, but they're so pretty. They're just so pretty, and they're different than anything we've made before. So I like that. We love you too, Thelma. I'm glad you could drop in for a while, Mary Glasson. Okay, let's go ahead and find our best position for this. That is looking pretty good. I'm going to go with that. So I'll peel my tape strips out. Beautiful. That's beautiful, just like that. You could put a happy birthday or something on there and it'd still be gorgeous, wouldn't it? What is it that Mary's been working on, or that somebody's made 20 cards so far?
She had bought the magazine at the bookstore a while back.
Oh, okay.
She's been working on it.
Which one? The Hunky Dory Box Kit 7? Is that the one?
Let's see which one she bought.
Played in the Jamie Powders. Betty, isn't that fun? And people will forgive you if you have inky fingers. Just give them a card. Oh, that's fun. I love working with those Jamie papers. My goodness, it's a good time. Okay, time to break into our chipboard. And I'll show you why I gave you the strips. Some of these pieces...
The Highland set, Mary Arson.
The which one? Oh, the which one? Oh, the Highland. Oh, good. That's fun. That's a fun one too. I love those Highland cards. Okay, we'll get rid of the header there. These chipboard are really nice. They're printed beautifully. Of course, all Stamperia stuff's really good. Their manufacturing standards are right up there with the best of them. And I do love to work with a manufacturer whose supplies are the best. We try to bring you the best we find anywhere, no matter what country it's from. And actually, I was wanting to tell you, the corporate offices of these guys are in Spain, I believe, but these papers are actually manufactured in Budapest, Hungary. So that's kind of interesting to know, in case you care. I care. I'm always curious where stuff comes from. I did find an 8x8 pad of this. I can't read it behind the camera stand. What's it say? Of this.
Of this.
Oh,
11,
okay.
12 by 12 pad.
Oh, good. Okay.
Brag book with it.
Yeah.
On this.
We are. Oh, you did the one that I bought come in, Roberta, or did you get it from somebody else? It's okay if you did. I just not sure whether or not it's been listed yet. Okay, I got these wider foam strips because I want to really set this chipboard up and off away from our paper a little bit. The images, the backgrounds are busy enough and the images are busy enough. I thought it's really worthwhile to put these up on some super good bases. So I'm double layering this dolphin. You see there? It's going to have a nice tall foam under it. And we have plenty of strips here to go around. So I think I'm going to cut another little piece here and double up a piece on his tail, because I think that will be worth having too. I just want to make sure he's very well supported and that he stands up nice and tall and proud on our card, because he's beautiful. There we go. Oops, that was doofusy. I hope I peeled the tape on the first one. I did peel the tape on the first one. The second one, I didn't peel the paper off before I stacked it, which was goofy. It wasn't going to stay on very well that way. There we go. Yeah, I got kind of messy fingernails too. I finally had to use one of my purple Band-Aids, Mary, but it didn't have to do with me stabbing myself crafting. I was working in my office and I cut myself on a file folder. Moral to that story is don't work in the office. I'm safer crafting. Right? I think so.
Sam would disagree.
Uncle Sam would disagree, Ray says. Okay, let's put this dolphin over here in the corner. Yeah, I like him there. And you'll see it here where it's two-dimensional on your computer screen. He might not stand out a lot, but I think Jane would agree where she's working there that he stands out really nicely when you can see it in person. You've got a really nice, you can really tell that he's standing out from the card. I'm going to double layer this flower as well. I didn't double layer absolutely every piece. It just depended on how busy the background was right where I wanted it. Yeah, I really nailed myself. Sometimes I think cardboard cuts are the worst, or, heavy paper cuts, because they're thick, that paper can be thick and wide, and it really bled. So I got lots of yuckiness under my nails too, between my inking of things and my little paper cut there. But you guys will forgive me. Inky fingers, that comes with the job. How's it coming together, Jane? Is it great? Gonna use 3 of our faux Tahitian pearls. That's what they look like to me. They look like Tahitian pearls. Those really dark, beautiful ones. And we're gonna use the 6 larger ones, or 6 of the larger ones on this card. So I'll just put 3 little drops there at the top. Oh, you trim yourself with your cutter bees? Ooh. So we keep a container of Mom's Magic lotion here. That's what I used to call it when the girls would get cuts and bruises. Neosporin is Mom's Magic lotion. And I keep some Mom's Magic lotion nearby for all of these things I do to myself. There we go. There's the top pearls on. And let's put the bottom ones on and we'll have our first card finished. Like I said, these are not difficult cards to do, but they sure are beautiful. I've been watching this paper pack since they first previewed it a couple of months ago, and I was right on top of getting these papers because I knew when I saw them we had to do something with the whole collection, but especially, I picked this out first thing and ordered this. Yes, that's exactly what I did, Betty, right down next to the cuticle. So then it keeps trying to kind of cut down further in the cuticle. There we go. How gorgeous is, oops, get it going the right way. How gorgeous is that, guys? They just don't get any prettier than that. Now, if you have your, let your pearls dry, and then if you have your Nouveau drops handy, get your Nouveau drops out and think about, you can choose any number of different colors. There's some beautiful ones. If you want a little glitter, this one might be good. This one, I thought about sending them with the kit, but I opted against it because, can you scroll down so I can see what Mary's asking? Do you sell foam dots, squares? Yes, we do. We actually do have some black. I'm not sure how much I have left, Mary R. I'll have to check that. But if you don't find it, I actually have some. I have some black that I will give you in a roll that I used to use for classes. I don't use it anymore because I wasn't happy with the black. Um, the squares were good when I got those, but the black tape I got was a little too sticky and it was irritating me, so I stopped using that. But I still have some little rolls of that, so I'll give you some of that in your next order if you remind me. I'll give you some foam tape, and then let me look and see about whether I can still get the any of the black foam squares and what we have left. I put the flower right here in this corner, Mary R, just above that blue bloom. Can I see Ruth Ann's comment? Yeah, the Nouveau drops would be really, really pretty. I mean, not necessarily to use them as drops, but to kind of outline some of these leaves and just add a little added dimension. I think they'd be a lot of fun. So we'll set that aside. We're not going to use the Nouveau drops today in class because I didn't put them in your kit, but I did want to recommend them because I think they'd be a lot of fun on these cards.
Did you answer Jane's question?
Jane, can you? Yes. Wait, please place the flower.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Remind me on your note in the little note field, Mary R, that Debbie said she had some black foam tape for me, and I'll send them. Okay. What does Thelma say? I don't use them as as drops. Yeah. You could actually use them like pearl paint, It's beautiful. Okay, it doesn't really matter which one we do from here. Let's just pick one out. And it happens to be the turtle piece. So let's get our trimmer. We're going to trim this piece to 4 by 6 to start with, and then we'll trim it down from there. But just to make sure that both cards get their equal share, let's cut it in half to start with. And we'll work on the pearl piece, or on the turtle piece first. Did you pass those cards back to me and I'm not seeing them?
They're right there beside you on your stand.
They're right here beside me on my stand. Thank you, honey.
I couldn't get one of them lined up, so you'll have to trim it
Okay.
a little bit.
No problem.
Say hi to Andrea.
Hi, Andrea. Welcome, friend. I was talking with a brand new customer yesterday. I'm really excited for her to join us because you guys are really going to like her. So I hope that she can tune in soon. And okay, when I do this, I like to look at the card and see where do I have the most room to trim without getting into the best part of the pattern. I don't want to trim anything off the top because I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to take my extra off the bottom, and I ought to be able to trim this enough without getting to his fin. And then I don't think this darker border on the side is doing much for me. So I'm going to trim part of that off to get to my length. So I'm going to go to, maybe I'll leave a little bit of it, but I'm going to go to 6 3/4. I mean 5 3/4. And I'll take just a tiny bit off the other edge to get to 5 5/8 inch long. Hi, Kim. Welcome, friend. Welcome, welcome. All right, and now our card is, this card is 4 1/8 wide, so we're going to go to 3 7/8 inch wide, trim a little off the bottom, and let's see how that's going to fit. That is looking perfect first time, so let's go with that. Okay. So as you know, Jane, your dimensions are 5 5/8 inches wide and 3 7/8 inches long. That's kind of our standard layering dimensions for our European A6, aren't they? Okay. Oh my gosh. Ruth Ann got 2 inches of rain in less than an hour. Man, that's what happened when we flooded. I hope you didn't get any water in the basement or anything, Ruth Ann. I hope. The ground just gets so saturated. It's like there's nowhere for the water to go. Wow, that's crazy. I think ours was over a couple hours and we still got in trouble. But we did, hopefully, knock on wood, resolve that for the future by putting some drainage lines in our yard since then. Can I see Kimar's? Going through some pesky health issues. Oh man. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Kim, that you're not feeling well. I hope you're feeling better soon. I'm glad the girls are both doing okay. Bike riding, that sounds like a nice, healthy, wonderful kid-like activity to do.
Ruth Ann says there's no basements in South Texas, but they do have a backyard, a creek in her backyard.
Oh. Okay. All right. I only put one layer of foam tape. I did put these up on foam tape, even though they're chipboard. But I only put one layer of foam tape under these because there isn't a lot happening in the background here. See that? I actually put the starfish down flush, and then I put this chipboard and this chipboard up on one layer of foam tape. So let's do that. I'm going to be done early today for a Saturday class, but that's okay. Brittany and I just put the kits together yesterday for the race cars, and that means that while we were doing that, we put together extra packets of glitter and glaze, the wow packets with the glittered wow and the regular wow. So if you guys are out of that, it's a great time to get it. It always sells out fast when we have it. That's the one that we used for the napkin art. Okay, just because I think these pieces look nice together. This shell here has kind of a flat side to it, and I think that complements well against the flat side on the turtle. Just spatially, I think that lays out pretty. I'm going to put that kind of spiky shell up above the turtle with the flat side towards the turtle. And now I'm going to get this conch shell. Isn't that what this is called? I think it is. You guys who live on the coast would know more than me. I'm going to put a strip of our tape here. Jane, isn't it nice to use this wider tape so that you don't have all those little tiny pieces to take off? I've decided after using it myself that these wider tapes are really nice and really, they're really pleasant to craft with. So I've decided that in order to inspire you guys to do what I've done and kind of branch out a little bit which tapes you choose, that I'm going to give you different kinds of tapes in your kits. Now this conch shell, I actually started this a little bit over the mirror board here, and I came down into the mirror board here because I didn't want to cover up too much of his fin behind there. And now I'm going to put this back on my sheet I've been holding so I can get my little starfish. Little starfish is right above the seal. And I'm just going to kind of fit him in here. Hi, Megan. Welcome. We have a nice turnout today. Great to see everybody. We just finished card number 2 of 5, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'll give you a minute there, Jane, to let me know when you're ready, and we'll move on to number 3. I'll go ahead and trim down my number 3 while we're waiting. I don't think I put, oh, I did. I'm sorry, I did. I put pearls on this one too, just in one place. I put pearls in this lower corner. So we'll go ahead and put 1 large and 2 small in the lower corner here. Once again, we have a row of 3, but we have 1 of the larger pearls and 2 smalls. The large one goes in the center. And the smalls go to the side. This would have looked really, really pretty with white pearls also. I just opted for these because I had them. I compared the colors and I loved this gray tone with the blues in these cards because it has a little blue gray in there and I thought they looked really pretty. So there we go. There's number 2. Can you screen down, please? Ready. Okay, let's move to number 3. And we have number 3 cut already. Set these aside. We have number 3 cut. So let's see. Oh, it's going to be the octopus. This time we're going to do the octopus card. So we're going to, once again, we're going to decide where we are most willing to give up space. And I think I'm going to take my extra that I need to cut off this end and certainly off of this side since we don't have a lot happening on our paper there except the words. So I'm going to cut this to 3 7/8 inch wide, 5 5/8 inch long, and it should be theoretically a perfect shape for our covered card. Just trimming the extra mirror board off because even though these mirror boards are European A6, they actually make them slightly oversized so that it's easier to line them up, which I certainly appreciate. And that is a perfect fit. That looks good. Nice job covering the cards, honey. Thank you. Okay, we'll go ahead and put some tape down on here. I'm always talking about how messy my room is here. It's actually getting better. I still have a mess behind me, but my work tables and stuff here are beginning to look beautiful. They're getting all cleared off and nice. Margie was in here constructing shelves for me on Friday. Bryce walked in and said, "What, more shelves? Just stop buying stuff." I said, "That's not possible. I just need more shelves." Hi, Betty McSorley. Welcome, welcome. It's okay. You can catch the rest on the rerun. We're having lots of fun making these beautiful Sea Dream cards. Oh, so pretty. So pretty, so pretty. You are going to love working on them. Jane's working on them today, and she's enjoying her creations there. Okay, there we are. We have that beautiful card base on. I'm going to put, once again, even though this chipboard is adhesive back, I want to set that chipboard up just a little bit off our pattern. So I'm going to peel off my lovely octopus here. We're going to call him Oscar, even though I don't know his name in this set. The Oscar that we looked at the other day was just a really nice name for an octopus. So I'm going to put this nice long strip across here, and then I'll look. You can always cut tinier pieces of this bigger tape if you want to. You know, if you just want to make sure something's really nice and stable. It's quite easy to do, and it still leaves you with so much less trimming and so many less little tiny pieces of tape, you know, the little backers to contend with.
There you are. So she's glad for the wider foam shape.
Oh, I'm having fun with the wider foam. I am. Okay. I was just talking with Brittany. I just got in a whole bunch of foam squares, and I'm going to have Brittany and or Ashley, one of them, put us together some assortment packs of these foam squares. We'll put together an assortment in a 10 pack of 1 millimeter and an assortment in a 10 pack of 2 millimeter squares. And if we put them in a 10 pack, I can actually discount the pack a little bit, which I thought you guys would like. And I also thought you guys would, I hope I didn't get that too high. I think it's going to be okay though. I also thought that you guys would appreciate having the opportunity without having, just to try a sheet of different sizes and make it easy to pick those out. So we have that coming soon. Soon. Don't know when, but soon. And Craftaganza is now on order. We placed our orders, so we should get ours just about the same time that most US retailers do. Of course, if you bought it from an international retailer that gets to sell sooner, you might get it faster, but you're not going to get it for any less because we are going to do some really nice, attractive bundles again this year that have fabulous, fabulous variety in them. I'm taking this flower that's it's got a longer stem hanging down and then a round flower, and I'm putting that at the top in the corner. Oscar could have actually gone, and I don't think I can lift him without potentially tearing my paper, so I'm not going to. He actually could have gone a little lower here. I wish I had put him just a little lower, although it's going to look great when I'm done, so I'm not worried about that. But Oscar could have gone a little lower here. But sometimes it's better to leave it alone than to move it and then wish you hadn't moved it. All right. So one of the things we're going to do here is, oops, still have one more piece of, we have one more shape to put on, and that's we're going to put this blue rose just in the corner above this other big blue flower. We're going to put this rose there. So I think one piece of foam is probably sufficient. That's what I used last time. So I'm going to place this rose. And I'll put the flat side of the rose to the flat back of that flower, so the rounded part is out towards the corner. That way I'm not covering up any more of that bloom than I need to.
Your fan asked Craftaganza, that is in Christmas?
Yes, Craftaganza is once a year, Hunky Dory does what they call their Craftaganza bundle. I'm sorry, I should have defined that, so I'm glad you asked. Once a year, they do their Craftaganza bundle. And the Craftaganza bundle is they have 4 themes. Let me see how good I am at this. They have 4 themes they use every year. They have a classic set. They have an elegant set. They have one that they call festive. And they have one that they call cute. Now, the names of the kits change year to year, but each of those 4 themes has 10 topper sets. So they do 80 topper sets that come out all at one time. And they call that Craftaganza. And when we do our Craftaganza bundles, for pre-orders, we usually include all of the inserts in our bundle for free. The inserts are free in our Craftaganza bundle if you pre-order it from us, which I don't have the pre-order up yet because I'm not allowed to sell it until June 9th. But I will put the I will put the pre-order button up on June 9th where you guys can start pre-ordering those. And hi, Megan. Right now it is, what time is it, Bryce?
2:46.
It's 2:46 Saturday afternoon Pacific time, but it's different times across the country. It's early afternoon for us and for Roberta, who's on the far side of the country from us, just about as far away as you can get from Oregon. It's 5 something.
Roberta says almost 6.
Yeah. Okay. So I put my 3 pearls at the bottom. Here, there, you don't see them much on camera, but they're down here at the bottom. A little one, one of the larger ones, and then another little one in a row of 3. Okay, and then this time we had kind of some space here, and I thought it'd be fun to have some bubbles come up from my octopus. So I put 4 last time because I positioned my octopus a little high. For you, I recommend 4. I'm probably going to put 3 on mine because I think 4 might look squished since I put my octopus a little higher than I intended. So I just alter the plan a little bit. But for you, I think you might enjoy having 4 of them there. I'll show you the 2 different cards so you can see the differences. See if I can get it in the right camera view. So you can see that this one's today's, and I have it a little bit higher than my original. So with it higher, I think the 3 dots look well, but it would have looked nice to have 4 had Oscar been a little lower. It doesn't look bad though. If you didn't see the inspiration card, you wouldn't even realize he was a little too high. Okay, so we have Craftaganza on the way. There are some really, really fun things about Craftaganza this year. One of them is that they've made a Miri pack for Craftaganza this year, which I think is a lot of fun. It actually has colored mirror board, like I'm going to say 6 or 8 colors of mirror board in 2 sheets per pack of each color. Don't quote me on the number because it doesn't matter. It's just nice that they made corresponding mirror board kit. So that's fun. And of course, our Blockbuster bundle will also have, if you decide you want to get that one, our Blockbuster bundle will have it will have the matching adorable scoreable. It will have the magazine, of course, as will all of our Craftaganza bundles will have the magazine and the little book. You'll get the little book. We also have a book of 2021 Christmas sentiments. And what am I missing? I'm feeling like I'm still missing something, but maybe not. Okay.
Asking, are there any headless ladies?
I haven't seen any headless ladies in this one. So I guess we're all going to have to live without Barbie doll stories this year. But I'm sure that once I start working on it, it's going to remind me of something in my childhood that's warped me. Because after all, there have to be reasons I turned out this way. Oh, dear. How are we doing, Jane? You ready to switch cards? Okay. I'll cut down this while I'm waiting to hear back from Jane. You're ready to go. Okay, let's go. How about next time we work on the turtle? Let's do the turtle one next because I've got him right here. So cut your long sheet of cardstock in 2 6-inch pieces. Grab the turtle one, and then we'll trim him down from there. But we just want to make sure all of our cards get a fair amount. Okay. So I've got my mirror board trimmed. I'm going to trim up my paper. And again, I think I'll take my extras off this darkest edge, probably, although I do like the dark edge. I'll take a little bit off this side, take a little bit off this side. I actually can trim all four sides a little bit to get to my 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. The 3 7/8 worked out just fine taking it off the bottom. I think that looks good. And I'm going to keep some of that brown edge this time. I think I'll take my 5 5/8 off the margin in front of the turtle this time. That'll give me some room for my lighthouse back there.
Dan suggested it would be helpful if there was a layaway plan for the craft again, so she could make payments.
That's a great idea. Let me explore that. Let me explore what I can do. I'm not opposed to that notion. Let me figure out what I can do with that, Ruth Ann. I'll have to figure it out. I'll have to figure out how to do that in my system. But you know what? I'll bet we can come up with something. I think that's a great idea. I'm glad you raised it. Why not? Because it does take time for him to get here once the layaway's done, too. So.
Roberta says her sound's going in and out, but it could be on her end.
Anybody else having trouble with the sound sliding in and out, or? Okay.
Say hi to Elsie.
Hi, Elsie. Welcome, friend. Nice to have you with us again.
Mary R says no trouble on her end.
Okay. That sounds like it might be on your side, Roberta. Bryce checked his settings, and it looks good here, so. Okay.
Andre and Betty all say good for them.
All right. So I'm putting it down with some tape flags. Peel my tape. Doesn't this Rainbow Mary look good with these, Jane? I think this rainbow really sets these cards off. They just really look nice. Okay. We're going to use on this one, going back to our chipboard sheet, we're going to use this lighthouse.
Jane says, beautiful.
And we're going to put it up here. I'm going to put a couple rows of, I'm only going to put one layer of chipboard, but because this is a fairly good sized piece, I'm going to put 2 pieces of chipboard kind of side by side.
Megan asks if you sell your cards.
Most of them I don't. I usually give them away to friends. We've also done some things with nursing homes. And Margie had a great idea that we're going to follow, where we are sending a welcome letter inside one of my cards along with our business card that kind of explains to people when they place their first order how our system works, how they can tune into the videos and stuff. And I'm thinking that's a really nice idea. So I think we might pursue that. In fact, we're into pursuing that. And I think that would be great. A great way to kind of introduce ourselves and maybe get a few more people hanging out with us on the live streams. I hope so. That's my motive, is to help people understand how it all works and take away any reservations anybody might have.
Kim says these are great cards for gentlemen.
Oh, they sure would be. They sure would be.
Megan says that's a brilliant idea on your cards.
And she went back and we had like 63 people in the months of April and May who ordered for the first time. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
So That's going to be a fair number of cards to send out, but I think it's a good investment to give that a shot anyway. Let's give it a try. See how it works.
We have to make more cards.
I think we're good for a while. Right this moment in time, I don't know, Bryce, what do you think? Probably close to 700 cards, or maybe more
Close to 1,000.
right now available. Because remember, for every one that I bring to you guys, I've made sometimes multiple sample cards for every one I bring to you. And then we have our sample card, our inspiration card in class, and then I make another one with you. So I have a lot of cards right now, a lot, more than I've ever had. Because, 2 live streams a week all year this year, I have a lot of finished products here and ready to go. So I think that finding homes for some of them earlier than waiting just on my Christmas boxes makes a lot of sense this year. This is a little bit more open design than some of the ones that we've done, but I think it's beautiful. That big pearl's trying to slide a little bit in the glue, but isn't that pretty? Beautiful. So we just had we only had 2 pieces of chipboard here. We have our lighthouse in the corner. We have this little rose with the downward pointing blue blossom and the leaves coming out to the side. We have this in the lower corner, and we've put the lighthouse here. And in each case, I put them up on some foam. Well, and when Margie recommended it, I thought about it for a minute, and just thinking about people who engage in card making tend to be very social people. So that kind of a welcome, a personal kind of welcome, I think would be really good. I do have some thoughts on selling your cards. Where are you, Megan?
UK, Great Britain.
You're in UK. Okay, so things might be a little bit different in UK than here. Take that into consideration and follow any of your local rules, certainly. But we have some online sites for handmade items here. One called Etsy, and I know a lot of people are selling their cards on Etsy. A few people are selling on eBay, and I know that at least one person that I was talking to sells on Amazon, although I've never looked up her site to see exactly what she's doing and how she's doing it. Most of the manufacturers won't frown on handmade sites. They might frown a little bit on getting into a platform as big as Amazon, but I'll leave that to you and the manufacturers to work out their angel policies and how that works. But it's funny because the cards I make, one of the places that I actually do sell cards is my mom's social circle. My mom loves to show off the cards I give her every year, and her social circle really wanted access to my cards. So I bundled up a big box of them and took them up to my mom. That when people were saying that are you ready to go, Jane? Are you ready to move?
We have questions. You need to pause.
Okay. Would you be okay if we go ahead?
Diane's question was the first one.
Okay.
Not sure I understand.
I do understand that waiting for Christmas is better. Go on up. Let's go on up. Okay. Let's see. Starting with that stream. Not you. Okay. Go on. Up. No. I meant.
Oh, down,
I'm
down,
saying
down.
I'm saying up, and I meant down. Maybe a pack of your cards would be a door prize, your next subscriber milestone. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Kim. I love that idea too. Okay. Do you have any tips on selling? Yes. Okay. So, one thing you got to watch out for when you're selling your products is that you need to know what the manufacturer's angel policy is. And the angel policy just means the circumstances under which they allow you to sell your cards. For example, most manufacturers, I can't speak on their behalf, but I can say that most angel policies I've seen say that people are absolutely fine with you selling cards for charitable causes, for example, to raise money for different organizations. The card manufacturers tend to love that. Um, Others say sure, but never sell more than 10 copies of a card. If you're selling more than 10 copies, then they're saying that you're actually manufacturing, and they don't want you to do that. You might put the screen on me for a second if you would. Um, Others say you can, but you can't sell it in any electronic. I had to look good on video today, but that's okay. That you can't sell it in any electronic form, which leaves it questionable. Are we or aren't we in an electronic media if we're selling online? One of the great places, assuming you're good with the angel policy, one of the great places that you can look to sell cards, what I recommend is that um, if you have like a Saturday market in your area, that's a fun place to go where you can set up a stand and sell your cards. If you have regional or citywide craft fairs, that's a great place. Sometimes you have buildings that are set up to be craft kind of warehouse things where people can go and drop their stuff off, and for a small commission or sometimes a big commission, the store will sell your goods. That's a place to look. You can also do, that I see where we're talking about word of mouth can be great for selling your cards. That's what I meant by my mom and her friends. It's one of my most successful selling channels, and go figure. You know, I've also, Bryce's mom once took a bunch of my cards and placed them in a small town bookstore where they didn't have a lot of options for homemade cards in that area. They sold like hotcakes there. Little boutique stores, little gift stores, especially coming out of the pandemic, a lot of them are going to be hurting. They won't have a lot of money for bringing in new stock. They may be particularly receptive to you selling your products with no money invested on their part, selling them on a commission through their store. So they've got products, beautiful products to sell, and they don't have to lay out any cash to get them. So check bookstores, gift boutiques, higher end stores will give you an opportunity to sell for more money.
Answer Jane's question.
Where's Jane's question? Would it be okay if we sell the cards we make following your designs? I have no objection to you selling anything that is following my design. However, like the Hunky Dory kits, you really need to follow the Hunky Dory angel policy. So I'd say follow the policy of the major manufacturer. I don't think anybody's going to give you a hard time about selling cards made, like from a single sheet of crafted Gansets. When you buy, 30 sheets and make them all the same, that they kind of get into, are you or aren't you manufacturing things using our products? Does that make some sense? And my Christmas cards, again, one of my best and wonderful things that people love is I bundle up my cards for my friends and family, and that's one of my primary gifts every year. You ask them what they want, they want my cards. They want to be able to give them away, and they don't want to have to go buy cards. So if you're keeping your designs varied, if you're not selling, in mass quantities, Most manufacturers are going to be okay, but I do need, I ethically and legally need to say follow the angel policy for the company, and you can usually find their angel policy on their website. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What I'm saying?
That makes sense, I said.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Some more cards.
Back to cards. We're actually on our last of our kit cards right now. All right. Let's trim down this last one. When I trimmed mine, I kind of wanted my coastline to continue. So I took all of my extra off this brown side because I kind of wanted the illusion that my coastline was continuing. So I'm taking that brown edge off. And I actually like the brown edge down below because I wanted a ground for my seal to sit on. So I'm going to take my extra off the top and off this side, just to tell you why I did what I did there. So I'm going to cut this to 3 7/8, taking my extra little margin off the top above the words there. And then I'm going to take all my length off of the side. So I'm going to cut this to 5 5/8, which will effectively trim all of the brown off of the edge there. And now my landscape actually continues. It doesn't stop at the edge of my paper. And I like that impression. Okay. All right. Going to go ahead and put some tape down here. I didn't compare the size. I need to do that before I actually peel my tape and put it on. Make sure I know which way my fold line is. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think I'll keep it just like it is. So, make my tape flags. Animal Kingdom is coming up. I started. I'm one card into it. But that started. Once I start, I have a tendency to move along pretty good. But I have. Yeah, anybody want to guess what my first card was? Which one I made first? Maybe we should have a prize for the person who can guess what I made first. You win, Mary R. I'll send you something. I'm going to send you some black foam tape, Mary R. Are you sure? Yep.
They all guessed the deer.
They all did. They know me.
Jane, Andrea, Elsie, they all got the deer.
I would show it to you if I knew what I did with it. I just kind of moved all that project out of the way to make room for the new one. So I'm not sure what I did with my like this second. Oh, I don't know.
Is it underneath your cards there on the machine?
I don't think so. Nope, that's the ones that we're drying.
Probably put it away in your box.
Yeah, I don't know where it is right now. It's beautiful.
They're still saying, the deer.
Boy, I am so predictable. You guys are funny. All right. I'm going to take my seal, and my seal I want on 2 pieces of foam tape because I really want him to stand up against that background, and I want him to have a lot of life to him. So I want him to stand out from my card.
Say hi to Catherine from France.
Hi, Catherine. Welcome, friend. Good to have you with us. So I'm going to put 2 pieces of foam on my seal, and I'm going to put multiple pieces of foam on the back too. So multiple pieces of foam 2 high, please. Because we really want this seal to stand out from our card. This little tape is just like, look how nice that is. It's like the perfect size to fit in all these little areas that I want to put it. And the strips are so convenient. I hope you like them. Oops. Now you don't want to layer it up before you take the paper off, though. That is a no-no, because it'll just come apart there. So be sure you peel your tape, unlike what I did there. The kit she's showing. Hi, Diane. Welcome, Diana. How much is this kit, honey? Can you look that up, please? And we'll give you a link too, Diana. It's actually quite reasonably priced, I think. It's $11.99. You get 5 cards, everything you need for 5 cards. Oh, wow. No, I had not seen that. Isn't that cool? That's really neat, Kim R. And can you link? Oh, he already did link it for you, Diana. It's $11.99. If your order is over $69 in total, your shipping is free. Up to $69, shipping is a flat rate of $6.95 per order. So it's worth getting to $69 if you see $69 worth of stuff you like. But either way, it will end up giving you a very reasonable cost per card, because the kit alone, the cost per card is, what does that work out to? About $250-ish a piece for these beautiful cards. And you'll have the cardstock. You'll have 5 European A6 card bases that are in 300 GSM. What that means is these are the heavy ones. These are the really nice ones. Really classy. Not the cheap cardstock. We put the good stuff in our kits. And you'll get the chipboard. You'll get the embellishment pearls. You'll get the mirror board. So it's not a cheap kit, it's just a cheap price. Okay, we're going to back this seal up as far as we can in the landscape so that his tail is right at the edge of our card. In front of our seal, we're going to peel this wonderful starfish. We're going to put that on. You could put this on a single piece of foam if you wanted to. Single or double, whatever is your pleasure. Yep, and the envelopes are included. It's absolutely true. You'll get 5 European A6 and 1 8x4 card with envelope. Okay, so I'm going to put my starfish kind of standing right in front of my seal. And now I'm going to take my 3, well, actually, I had an extra pearl in my kit. I'm going to take my 3 remaining pearls. You might have an extra too, I don't know. And I'm going to put them down in this corner in a row of 3 dots. If you see any glue around the pearls, don't worry, it'll dry clear, I presume, if you're using dry as clear glue. I really just dawned on me, I can't really speak for you that it will dry clear. Depends on what glue you're using, but I presume most of you are using clear drying glue. I got glue on the side of that pearl, that's why I was changing it out. I can wipe it off too. I will wipe it off because I'm cheap. I don't want to throw it out. Because they're beautiful. These are beautiful pearls. I really like the quality of these. Okay, get your line nice and straight. And next, we're going to go back to our chipboard sheet. And let's take this bouquet from the upper left-hand corner. Let's put a little bit of foam on it. I don't think it needs two. You can probably just have a single layer of tape. You can put two if you want to. Of course, you can do anything you want to. But I'm going to put a single layer of tape on this one. I'd like to kind of vary the dimension just a little bit. And I'm going to put this, the flower side down, up into this corner. I'm actually going to kind of tip this part of the bouquet out. Excuse me. Yeah, we've only been at it for an hour. So if you guys are interested, I actually set out some extra papers to do our inspiration cards with you. Okay, so let's, there was a Debbie comment, I missed it. Oh, but since you said dear first, I'd be happy with a real picture of Teddy. Okay, that's fair. I'll send you a real picture of Teddy, Mary. You can have a real picture of Ted. Let's look first at what we did, and then we'll work on our inspiration cards, because I'm delighted with these. These are just so pretty. Here's our last one. Here's our turtle. And I probably will take a little Nouveau to these and put a little Nouveau drops here and there, because I think they'd be beautiful. There's my turtle with his shells. Here's our dolphin. Now, let's talk about what I was talking about when I said inspiration cards. We have chipboard left over. Beautiful pieces of chipboard. That just can't happen, guys. It just can't happen. We have to, you need to remind me to get a picture of Teddy for Mary, okay? Honey, that's your job to remind me.
I'll text it to you.
Oh, did you text me with it already?
I will.
Okay, thank you. I just need to run up to Walgreens and print one off. All right, let's see. So I made some extra cards, and I have all of these cards are made using my Jamie papers. For those who may not know, we're talking about papers made with Jamie Rogers sparkle powders. And see how the purple particularly gleams. If you were looking at this paper in person, you'd see that the entire paper, you can kind of see it there, has a little bit of sparkle to it, but then there's bands of color here where there's lots of sparkle to it. I got this effect by doing, okay, Mary, that's good.
I will not let you forget.
But I got this effect on this paper doing the drop and drag technique that I showed you in the Jamie 2.1 video here on YouTube. Take a look at that, because it has some wonderful tips for you in making these background papers. This is the same. This is also drag and dip and drag paper. And this one was a dip and drag, and then I added the extra kind of corally look there. And I actually made a bigger piece of paper, and the coral band stood down like this. And then I trimmed that off and cut my greeting to match my card right out of that coral paper. But I have other papers, so I thought we might just play a little bit and see what's going to look good. I pulled some stuff out of my Jamie papers because I didn't want to take time to make new papers here. We've already done that on camera. But I pulled out some things that I thought might have some potential. I certainly still have some of this glittered cardstock, so we'll keep that as an option. See these flowers here along this one? I love the way this card laid out. You know what that is? That's the flowers that were left on this tiny piece of cardstock we had left. This was the front that we trimmed off, and this was on the back of there. So I fussy cut this, and I fussy cut this, and I put them right in on my card. All right, so let's see what we have here that would go well. I don't know. I mean, I just decided to kind of play this loose and just look. I pulled this one out. I thought this might be fun. That could be really fun, huh? A piece of rainbow behind a piece of Jamie acetate. If you don't know how to make this Jamie acetate, check out our Jamie Rogers videos. Let's see if maybe this turtle.
The turtle, so you're gonna have a hard time topping that.
Huh?
So they love the turtle. You're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the turtle would look like swimming in open ocean, shall we? I think we need to put the turtle down lower. And I actually have a bunch of die cuts made too, because I cut a bunch of the papers. You know, not every paper that you do with the Jamie powders works out exactly like you want it, but there's no throwaways really, because you can cut them up, you know, and make beautiful things. So let's see what we have in our throwaways that maybe I could use with this. Without the coral, I might decide I need a bigger happy birthday, but I do have a lot of, I have a lot of many thanks already made. I have one here that I made out of a tiny piece of mirror board I had left. That might be really striking with the turtle, because I've got the mirror board surrounding it. So this could be pretty this time. That looks nice. Let's see what else we have. The nice thing about this is that with these Jamie papers, you don't have to have an awful lot on the card to really show off the background. Here's a green one. This green might be really pretty.
White or black too.
Okay, I'll try. The green disappears. I think the green kind of disappears in there, don't you guys? I think that's a little too dark. I have. You never know what something's going to look like. That's kind of pink and white. Here's one that's kind of a soft periwinkle color. I think that kind of disappears too. And I think the pink is kind of out of the question. So far, all I have is the mirror. But let's see. Oh, here's one that's cut out of a lighter piece. Now, this is nice. This is cut out of a lighter piece of Jamie Sparkle paper. That looks nice, I think. With a little bit of green in it. That's pretty, huh? That's nice.
Green, Roberta says. Oh, that must have been the other green.
Yeah, the dark green was too. So we'll keep that one off to the side. Let's see what else I have here. The blue is too dark. What's that?
Hi to Kathy girl.
Hi, Kathy girl. How you doing, friend? Yeah, I think that. Let's see. Here's a plain white one. The white does really stand out on this background, I gotta say. And in a way, it kind of matches the turtle, because the turtle's kind of a flat finish too.
Say hi to Jordan.
Hi, Jordan. Hello, daughter. We're just kind of creating on the fly here today. We're using up the last of our scraps. So I didn't come into this part of things with a plan. I just thought, as long as we will have time, let's try a bigger one. Who just tuned in?
Janet.
Hi, Janet. Welcome, friend. Good to have you out there with us. Ooh, this might look pretty. Okay, I do like that. I gotta say, I like that a lot. Because the turtle by himself isn't a lot to go on the card. This doesn't take over because of the thin lettering, but I do like that a lot. What do you guys think? Should we go with that?
Jordan says also some pearl stickies would look like bubbles to tie into the card.
That's true. I could put some adhesive pearls on here also. Yeah, I think so too. I think that's the one. I think that fits better than the smaller greeting when I don't have the coral. So here was the original inspiration piece. These are going to look very different, but they're both going to be beautiful. This is a piece of my Jamie acetate, which I will put down on this mirror board using red tape. And here was our original card. So they're both going to be beautiful, but they'll both be very different. I am telling you, this is actually quite easy to make, guys. So we have that one. Let's set this aside for the moment. And let's see what else we have here. I was curious. It may be too busy, but you know, sometimes you just have to look. I was curious what would happen if we put the beluga whale, maybe. I don't know if it'll work. Might be too busy. But I was curious what would happen if we made the beluga whale on here.
Kelly and Katie. They're with Kim.
Hi, Kim and Kelly and Katie. Welcome, guys. Always nice to see you, friends. That actually looks kind of neat, I think. Oops, it stuck to the acetate. Might end up on there because it's stuck to the acetate.
How does it stick to the acetate?
I think maybe I need to use a bit of my chipboard backer. Oh, well. I think we might put that there. I could peel it off. I really can if we see something we like better. But that is different. It's different. You know what it almost reminds me of is kind of almost a totem, you know, with that background and the swirly stuff. It almost reminds me of a totem. You do love that with the whale, Kathy? Yeah, what do you guys think? Are there any seahorse die cuts? I have seahorse die cuts, but not in this particular set. We're just using up our leftover chipboard from our Sea Dreams kit. I'm going to leave this on here for now because it's stuck. How's that for a good reason to choose it? But I do have others. We also need something for this. Now, I do think this turned out beautiful on the 4x8, and I do have a couple of 4x8s here that we could use. I have this one. Excuse me. Which would look, sorry. Oh, I love that bark dust. And they're laying down rock and tamping it in, so there's lots of dust out there today. Sorry. You think the whale's too busy, Thelma? Is that what I'm hearing you say? Or this is too busy?
The whale.
The whale?
Yeah, Roberta.
I have a few different ones. Let's check and see what you guys think on these. And then I actually have a couple more acetates. This is kind of a wild notion with some of these, but let's just see what we think. I don't know. I have this. I think I need to I'm going to push these out the back so I still have the paper liners on them before I put them down on things. Okay, there we go. This may be just too wild, and it's fine if it is, but you know, we have to try stuff. We have to try stuff. This is the creative process that happens before we see things normally. I think that actually, I don't know, I got to see it on camera so I can see the whole thing. Sometimes I have a TV here in front of me, and sometimes I gauge things by what it looks like from a distance. I know I got my hands right in the middle of it, but that actually looks kind of neat, I think.
Andre says she likes the black, but not on that blue. Plainer blue. Maybe.
Plainer blue? Yeah. There it is without my hand over the middle of it.
Say goodbye to Ruth Ann. She's got to go.
Bye, Ruth Ann. See you later, friend. Okay, so that's one choice. Let's move on and look at some other choices. This would be more like I did last time. And that does look good.
Yeah, more sparkle.
And here's one that's got more blue to, or more green to it.
Tim says the acetate is pretty. You're never going to get consensus.
But
Brenda likes this one better.
this is very different than the original. I do like that one. Thank you, Mary R. And if you guys are enjoying class and you haven't given a thumbs up yet, would you do that, please? I do like this one a lot.
That one's nice.
This is really different than the original, and I like it a lot. Here's one that's a brighter blue. Let's set this one aside. So far, that's my fave. This one's more like the original, but it's a brighter blue than the original.
Still works.
Here's one that's more purple.
Is that closer to periwinkle?
No, periwinkle is more this color.
Periwinkle is Catherine's favorite. Andrea suggests putting black over that. Do you have black letters?
Black letters. I don't have black letters, but I do have some much darker letters.
That's cool.
Love the purple. Go figure. Kathy Girl says, "Yeah, go figure."
She means black acetate.
I have green again. I have all my leftovers that I had sitting here that were too small a pieces to keep otherwise, all cut up in happy birthdays and best wishes. The green. I like the purple the best so far with this one.
Black acetate. She suggests putting that over.
I don't have black acetate.
Not words. The Jamie powder that we had, the black acetate, the dark acetate.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
And do what with it now?
Put that over that background paper.
Oh, okay, got it. We can do that.
That's what she's meaning.
Okay, I don't have black acetate, but I do have this one. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. I think that's going to require lighter lettering. Yeah.
She also says black, yes to black and dark. Jordan says, I feel like it needs something to break up the space.
But it's going to be this wide.
Kathy likes the blue
Ooh, I do like that. Actually, I got to say, I really, really like that. This kind of stormy paper, it's kind of cool for the sea. I like this one. What do you guys think? Okay, final decision. I'm going for either this on top of this purplish paper, because I'm liking that a lot, or maybe I could try this on top of this one too. But I do kind of like the purple showing through, I think. So it's either this one. You guys get to vote. You don't vote, you don't get to complain. Okay, here we go. Here's our choices. This one. Now remember, this is going to be like a 4-inch wide card. So we got our seascape, we got our seal. So you got this choice. This is choice 1. Or this one. You're in charge of deciding who wins, honey. He says he doesn't want the pressure of it all.
Words on that one, though.
What's that?
Blue words on that card.
Blue words on this one here?
That's what they said.
I'll try blue words, but I think the white looks really good on there. Okay, let's try blue words. That disappears. Let me see. I do have some blue glitter words. I think, well, that's not bad. Or this one with the blue happy birthday.
Well, we've got 6 votes for number 1.
Okay. Number 1 it is.
Andrea votes 6 votes for number 1.
All right. Thank you. This is going to be really pretty. That's going to be really pretty. Okay, let me get all these out of our way. Okay, let's go ahead and do this one together because I'm going to need a 4x8 card. Honey, can you get me one, please? That was fun. Brenda's giving Andrea a hard time saying, "Are you really sure, Andrea?"
You're gonna label your drawers.
You might have to go back to Brittany's stuff. I don't know. If you can find any size, I'll take it. There we go. This will work. DL card. All right. I'm not sure which one that one was, Selma, but it's going to be this one. I'm not sure what we ended up. Did we end up with this lettering? No, we didn't end up with this. We ended up with white lettering, right?
White lettering.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'd say you said we could never come up with consensus. I think we came about as close to consensus as I've ever seen from this group.
Catherine's saying good night.
Good night, Catherine. It's fun to have you with us, friend. Sleep well. Sorry, ladies. I like what I like. Oh. Yeah, the only one I'm not set on is the beluga whale. I still think the beluga whale's a little busy on that. I just have to pull it off the acetate. I can clean the acetate off, so that's not really a problem. I just have to carefully pull my chipboard up and move it to something else. So if we have time, we'll still reposition the beluga whale, but let's get this one done first. Mary R likes the blue lettering on the second one. I still don't know what I did with that elk card. It kind of bugs me, but it's here. It's just in some of the stuff. I moved some stacks off I had right in my work area off to the side for the filming today, and then I didn't get it back. Okay. So I'm going to put this right down to putting my background card down on my DL. Got it just a little bit off on this end. I'll just trim that just a little. Hi, Glenn. Welcome. We've been building Sea Dream cards. It's lots of fun. And now we're just playing because we had toppers left over, and that just can't be allowed to exist. So we're playing with a variety of Jamie papers and deciding what we think looks good. I can still cut wishes out of this one. And even though this is kind of scattered, it's darkish there, it's going to look gorgeous when I cut the letters out of it. So I'm keeping this to run through my die cutter when we're done. And it's going to look beautiful. I'm going to trim this off just a little bit on the end where I got a little bit of white showing. So now it's 300 GSM paper. Now I just did something that, okay, I will not force that off. Get my tool set there. We're going to see a little Caterpillar Pro surgery here because I want you guys to know that it's in the tool drawer, which I believe is under the ink box right there. The toolkit. Okay, if you ever manage to jump the track with your Caterpillar, see what I've done? I got it up on the deck. Do not pull it off. That can bend or break your blade. Don't just force it off. What I want you to do, and lots of you guys have Caterpillars because I rave about mine all the time. I totally love it. What I want you to do instead is to come down here, get yourself a screwdriver. It's not terrible. I'm like the least mechanical person you know, and I do this. So you can do it. I want you to get a screwdriver. I'm trying to get my biggest one out here. Getting the screwdriver out may be my toughest challenge. You got a screwdriver over there, huh? No. I just got to slide it up. There we go. My friend Lisa gave me this little tool kit. So I'm just constructing my screwdriver first. There's a little screw right here on the end of your Caterpillar, which I really ratcheted in there last time. Let me try the other end. There we go. There's a little screw here, right in the end. See it? We're going to take that screw out. This is such an easy thing to fix, but it's so important you do it right. Not screwed out enough yet. Super important, because this is the best trimmer ever. But when you jump the track by trying to cut something too thick, you really want to repair it properly. Okay, this bar becomes loose. Now I can just set my blade back down where it belongs, put the screw back in. It's as simple as that to fix it. Okay? So that is how you fix your Caterpillar when you jump the track. And only that way. Do not pull that blade off of there, because if you manage to break the blade doing that, it invalidates your warranty. It's better to just take that screw out, set the blade carriage back where it belongs, and then we're back in business. Just that fast. Okay? There we go. Bet you didn't think you'd be into watching Caterpillar surgery today. But I'm kind of glad it happened, because that is an important point. Okay, we're going to put this blue over the top. And I want the part of the blue, personally, that shows the most purple through. So I'm going to use this part at the bottom here. I think what I'll do is go ahead and put my acetate across the top, the strip of acetate across the top of my card. And then I'll just trim around my card like I usually do. So I'm going to put a piece of acetate here. I'm recommending acetate, or not acetate, I'm recommending red tape to hold that acetate in place.
Why?
Because the red tape, I don't think glue's going to work real well. Red tape is really, really sticky. I do want to make sure I've got it on the right side, however. Find where your fold is. It's really, really sticky. I think it will do a reasonably good job of sticking to the powdered paper. And it will really nab that acetate and it won't let it go. But glue, if you glued it, glue does not hold well on acetate most of the time. Best glue ever, maybe, but we don't want to wait for that to dry. So I'm going to the next best thing. Okay. And I want the part of my acetate that has the most openness to it. I'll line up my edge good. Actually, I'm going to trim off a little bit of bare spot there. So I can use the piece I like the best. And here we go. Just going to flip it over. Trim out the back. I might try, and I haven't tried it yet, I might try to see if I can die cut some very simple shapes. I won't try and die cut anything complex because I don't think it would work. But I might be able to die cut simple shapes out of this. So I'm going to use this for experimentation and just find out whether I can maybe use those extra pieces of acetate or whether that truly is scrap. I don't know yet. I am going to use glue on here. However, I'm going to use my...
Betty says she uses her best glue behind snowflakes.
Yes, that works terrifically. That works really well. Where's my big glue stick? Oh, here it is, standing up. I'm going to use this Nuvo glue pen for two reasons. One, it's easy to put on, and two, it's one of those that you apply after it dries and it's sticky. So in a way, it is like using best glue ever, in a way, because it's the stickiest after it dries. Yeah, I was about to look to the floor next, Kathy girl. Okay, but it is really easy to put on, and that's one thing I'm really enjoying about this. You know that I love my little detail glue bottles, but with my detail glue bottle, I'd be tapping that for a long time. This one, you shake it up before you use it. This is from Nuvo. I've been raving on this since I tried it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm literally going to take this big, bold chisel glue pen, and I'm just tapping this on the back. I've got a napkin in the back of it to pick up any extra. I'm holding it firmly in place so it's not getting the sticky part on the front. And I'm just tapping it on the back. Now, I'm going to wait a few seconds. It really only takes a few seconds for this to dry, which is beautiful. And I'm going to give it just a couple of seconds here to dry. Set my blotter aside. I love the way I give all these fancy names to paper towels and plastic packaging. My plastic packaging is my palette. My paper towel is my blotter. Oh, it just, I'm easily amused, guys. All right, I'm going to put this happy birthday right in the middle. I hope. We'll be right in the middle. Isn't that just the most beautiful die? I love this one. I'm getting a lot of use from it. And we're going to go find those 2 pieces of chipboard we had left. I don't think it matters which one we put where. I think I'll put the ocean on the bottom this time. Why? I don't know, just because it's different. I guess I did it that way last time, so I guess I'm not so different. Except I'm going to this corner this time. Last time I put them up on some foam squares. This time I think I'll put them down flat. Why? I don't know. Because it feels right.
Mouse, what die is that, Debbie?
This is the happy birthday die that was included in our Jamie construction kit. It's from Tonic Studios, and it is just a beautiful thing. There we go. There's our designed card. We did it together. How pretty is that? Yes. All right. One of the nice things about the caterpillar that we were just looking at is if you treat it right and you don't invalidate your warranty by jumping the track and doing terrible things to it, the manufacturer warranties the blade for life. So you can make a warranty claim and they'll send you a new carriage for your caterpillar. Now, I think I've already invalidated my warranty because I'm using it. I think one could argue that I'm using it commercially. You know, I'm not just using it as an individual crafter would. I'm probably doing more. But for you guys, never having to buy another blade for your trimmer has some appeal. Let's look at these together. I just want to see them both in one shot. Look what we did. They're both gorgeous and they're both made with Jamie. I have to be honest, one of my goals here was to show you that all this paper and stuff we made with Jamie Rogers is beautiful and worth your time. Let's do our, I'm gonna need two A6 cards, please. Now, I know, we're not going to beat the coral, the turtle with the coral. I get that, but I don't have another piece of coral paper ready. So we're going to put this turtle on this background. We're going to make him swimming in the ocean. It's going to be beautiful. And if you hadn't seen this, then you would think this was marvelous. So let's do our turtle next, and then we'll go back to our whale, because I don't think I'm happy with this. It is an interesting concept. I mean, I actually do think it's an interesting concept. It's a kind of like a totem whale, but I'm not entirely set on this one. So I think we should rework that a little. Thank you. Oh, I did, yeah, Brittany's drawer for the other. So let's put this down. Blue is pretty, but green rocks. That coral, I gotta say, that coral worked out really, really nicely. It really did. And it was so easy, guys. So very easy to do. I literally put little spots of coral. I put the crushed coral, the green, the coral, the green, the coral, the green. I just put little dots on my station, and then I pulled my card through it repeatedly to get those stripes looking like that. Oops. Oh, I did put 2 pieces. Yes, I do, Mary R. I know you pretty well right now, just like you guys know me pretty well. You knew that it would be the deer, elk, as it turns out, but it was going to be something in that animal family that got done first out of that card kit. It absolutely had to be. Because I looked at all that stationery and the elk standing on the big piece of cardstock, he was just irresistible. It had to be done.
Kim suggests maybe some silver peel-off sticker lines could be used on the whale card.
Maybe. Okay. So we've got our card covered. That's sticking really well now. There we go. Note to self. When using self-adhesive chipboard, push it through the paper and keep the backer paper on while making your decisions. This is something I have to remember from here. Look at that. That is like almost a perfect fit already because we used half of this sheet in class. So we're just using the other half now. Get our red tape out again because I do like this red tape with the acetate. Do you guys like this designing part? You like seeing the process of just lining different things up? This always happens, you know. I get all my supplies in a mess on the desk in front of me, and then I start matching stuff up to get just what I'm interested in using. Now, this paper does have some interesting facets to it. This side is pretty as well. See that? This is the side we actually put the glue on and then the powder over the top. And then this side, you really get the shine. I think we'll use the fancier side of the two, but there are times when this side is really cool too. Let's just see what he looks like. That can be really cool too. Designing on the fly is cool. It's very fun. If you like it, maybe we'll do it again. And that tape really doesn't show much at all through there. See that? If you know it's there, you can spot it just faintly, but you really don't see that tape. Okay, let's bring our blotter back in. All right. I use only the best tools. All right. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to choose which of the sides to use, isn't it? And there's nothing wrong with using the glue side. I mean, that's completely up to the artist.
Kim says Bob Ross would certainly approve.
Do you think we have happy turtles? That's the real question. Do we have happy turtles? If we have happy turtles, Bob Ross would certainly approve.
Elsie says good night.
Good night, friend. Elsie, thanks for stopping in to visit. Always enjoy seeing you. Okay, we're going to let this get sticky for a second. Hanging around on my finger. This does stick well. This sticks well to acetate. I think regular glue would have a tendency to peel off after it's dry. This one's dry when we're putting it on. I had happy coral. Betty says I had happy coral. Well, that's even better. I mean, that means my ocean is healthy and happy. I'm going to move my happy birthday up to the corner somewhat. I think we're going to set it there gently so I can move it if I need to, and bring my turtle right up into that corner. Yeah, I like that. And I like Jordan's idea of having some pearls on here. Some kind of pearls, which I happen to have. When I say it's in my stash, guys, oh, back up a little, honey. I mean, it's in my stash. Okay, so let's see what kind of pearls I have here. I think these iridescent pearls would be pretty. Let's try those because we don't have a lot of time to try 15 kinds of pearls. Janet said, "Oh my, is this the time to tell you I have 2 of them under my desk?" I have a good stash. I have a good stash. And I feel the need to use some of it sometimes, which explains why you get loose pearls in your kits, rather than just necessarily like the hunky-dory glue-on ones. I find that a lot of times I add glue to adhesive pearls anyway, so it doesn't really save me an awful lot of time to use adhesive pearls. Trying not to covet. Okay, these are pretty big, the ones that are iridescent that I thought I wanted. These are maybe too big. I think they may be too big. I mean, we might be able to use one of them, but I kind of think they might be too big for the job. I think maybe some littler pearls would be good. Let's go to these little ones here. Oh. Most of these pearls have a beautiful finish on them. I just grabbed the one out of the box that didn't. Okay. I think a littler pearl. I think it'd be fun. I'm going to put a little bubble out in front of him. I think making the dot in the eye is just clever. So let's put a pearl there. But you know, that's kind of goofy too, because unless he's swimming backwards, we wouldn't have a bubble trail up in front of him. But I think we could just put a few bubbles around on our card. What do you guys think about that? Just put a few out there.
Jane has to say goodnight.
Good night, Jane.
And somebody else.
I hope you enjoy your cards. Thanks for making them with me.
Betty asked, will they look like bubbles?
I think so.
We'll find out shortly.
Let's see. I could go to clear if we liked it better, but
I think the white's going to show better.
yeah, I think we just add just a few. I mean, just a few, I think might. I haven't glued them yet, so they're kind of. What do you think? Worth it or leave them off?
Kathy would like to try the clear bubbles.
Let's try some iridescent ones. You think I'm kidding about my second stash?
They're also asking if you sell the stash boxes.
These stash boxes, I can't ship it to you for a reasonable cost. I'm going to tell you, every once in a while, Michaels puts these on sale at an absolutely spectacular price. Try Michaels online. And every once in a while, they have just the best possible deal on them. So since I can't ship it to you at a reasonable price, that's what I would recommend. And I've never seen them on Amazon at the price they put them on sale at Michael's. So watch for it. I paid less than $20 for this one, shipped. Of course, I often make the free shipping threshold at Michael's. I have to admit that too. just looking for the best ones here.
Have a clear?
Huh?
Have a clear?
I have a silver iridescent that I think will be pretty. It's a clear iridescent. Silverback.
Well, many are voting for clear.
Okay, let's get rid of these. Let's try it. If we still don't like it, nothing says we have to put any at all on. Remember, what we're doing here is trying. What's Selma saying? Oh, on. What's on? Nothing says we have to put anything on if we don't want to. We're making our choices on the fly. What size is this box, Roberta? This is one of those photo keepers. Yeah, Kim R. Absolutely a good way. Ooh. Now I do like that. I can tell you right now, I'm going to like these better. So I think the little boxes are 5. I'll measure the little boxes for you. Need the littlest ones. It's funny because you wouldn't think you need the littlest ones on a card that has this few things, but I think we absolutely want the little ones. Can you guys see them? Can you come in a little, hon? Let me measure those for you as soon as I get my hands free, guys. I think that's a nice touch, don't you guys? I do like to. I mean, just I like the irony of making the bubble the dot on the eye. That just pleases me somehow. Scary, isn't it? And to think Bryce lives with this every day. My poor honey. We're not going to know what to do with ourselves this week, but we'll try and come up with something because Lauren is kitty sitting for Brittany this week. So she's not going to be home. And Bob's not going to be home.
She claims she's coming here after work. And then when traffic dies down.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
We're not totally focused and fancy free yet.
Okay. So no running around the house naked, honey.
After 9.
Oh, I will measure that box for you guys too. I'm getting all carried away with my thoughts here. This is really fun for me too, so I'm glad you guys like this because this is really fun, kind of designing together on the fly. I like this a lot. What do you think? Bob's gone for the week, Kathy. He's gone for 2 weeks. He went with his daughter Paula to Spokane, and yeah, the clear is much better than the white. I agree.
Some like the white.
And I'm going to put one more up here between the H and the A. Yeah, so yeah, so Bob's gone. Lauren will be gone. Woohoo! Bryce is turning red, you guys. I've embarrassed him yet again. Oh, well. Okay. I'm done playing with this card. How are we doing for time, hon?
4:11.
Wow. Okay. You guys want to stick with it and do the you guys want to do the beluga whale or not?
I'm sure Jordan already jumped off.
I'm positive Jordan jumped off. Yeah. As soon as I start that kind of discussion, she runs for cover usually. Oh, she'd say, "Mother," and then she'd run for it. Okay, this will come off. Do you know how I'm going to get this off? I'm going to use the best glue ever remover on this, which is an oily kind of filmy stuff, but it will take off the residue from the. I love that, Sharma. Bob's gone. Let the naked games begin. Oh, you guys are too funny. Okay, so back to where we were. Where were we anyway? Let's bring this green back in. Okay, here's our inspiration card. This is what we had to begin with. And I love the idea of salvaging these little flowers. That just made me happy. More happy than I could tell you. It was ridiculous how happy it made me to save those little flowers. So I think we should do that again personally. I'm open to suggestions. See, now I don't have to worry about the sticking because I pretty much peeled all the sticky off of it. We got our beluga whale. We can do we could do the same exact card if we wanted to. We could do the same card and we could use green this time. Can you back up a little bit, please?
No.
That would be an option. That's actually going to be, that would be quite pretty with green and the blue. I have the exact same blue sitting right here. Or even Debbie's looking a little bit. Ran that train right off into the cornfield. Oh, I promised to measure this box. Let me do that before I forget entirely and then feel bad later that I told you I'd do something I didn't do. These little boxes inside the big box are 4 1/4 wide. The interior measurement would be 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. The boxes are, so yes, I would say they're made for 4 by 6 prints. And the entire stash box holds 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holds 8 containers deep and 2 wide, so 16 of these stash boxes. And again, I've never paid more than $20 for them when they put them on sale. So I can't even touch them wholesale. That would be more than, my cost would be more than that. So I'm going to tell you, get them where you can get them for the best value. Okay, so back to this. We have white with this would be an option. And then bringing in our flowers. And let's see what you guys think of this. I think this could be quite pretty, and this was a popular paper. That could be really pretty. We could do, again, this would be an option. I think I'm going to call option 1 to do this card with this paper. That will be option 1. Let's see what else we like, though. So we already have this as an option. Let's see. We have this with the white, which I think is really pretty with the beluga.
What we just looked at.
Yeah, but I'm saying that option 1 is this blue, the blue background with the, it'd be nice if I had teal Mary or something, but I don't up here. Okay. That's, the white's very, very striking on that with the flowers. That could be really pretty. So that's option 2. Option 1, this background or this glitter paper, this background paper. Option 2, this one with the white lettering. Option 3, we could do it just almost the same way we did it before. Let's see what else we had sitting out here. All of these are kind of the same.
One vote for 2 so far.
We have this bluer blue.
And you use the long piece of acetate along the bottom as the C. So that extra piece you had.
Oh, this one? That could be fun. Of course, the beluga would have to be jumping out of the water, but hey.
2 more votes for 2.
It could be fun. Let's see. We have, this was one of our trial pieces from class. This is the one where we scratched on it, but we have enough of a corner to make an A6 card out of it if we wanted to. That's pretty. Let's see what it would look like with white behind it.
Not giving them options. They've already voted for 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Okay,
2,
this
2,
is
2.
option 3. So you have 2, 1, 2, or 3. If anybody wants to change your vote, you can, because I did this before you saw option 3. Kathy girl's cheating. You're funny. Janet's joining you, Kathy girl.
And Brenda's joining her too.
Okay. So how many 2s do we have? And how many 3s do we have? Janet changed her vote, I think, didn't she? Or did she not? Okay.
5, 6.
Bree gets 1 vote, just like Kathy does.
We have more 2s.
Okay, 2 it is. But we did see this could also be used really well on acetate. So, see how fun these Jamie papers are? Oh my gosh, they're lots of fun. Okay. Let's get this card covered. You guys are too funny. I love you guys. You make me laugh.
They keep voting, so 3 may win out. I don't even know where it's a tie.
What's that?
3 and 2 are tied, I think.
3 and 2 are tied. Well, I can't go get another card.
You only have 1 whale.
I only have 1 whale. We did, I'm going to say it's 2, only because we did 2 acetate backgrounds already, and they are stunning. But since we did 2 of those, let's do 1 on this one. And lots of people liked this green one before. They didn't get their choice then. So we're going to go this way. Since it's kind of a tie, I'll be the tiebreaker. Oh. I have not heard from Patrice, although she was doing lots of planting, so I'm wondering if she's still working outside. No, she's ignoring us, and that's just not permitted. Patrice always makes me laugh. The back of this paper was really pretty too, guys. The texture, the watercolor paper really came out on the back.
China says she comes for the card making, but stays for the laughs.
That's because you guys are funny. I actually really like that idea you guys had about maybe using that scrap there. Let's see what happens. Let's put her. The happy birthday was kind of angled before. It doesn't have to be again, but just kind of looking for comparison. And I won't cry all night if we don't use this, but I kind of still think we should use these flowers just because we can. I won't cry all night if you say no. What's that?
Too busy.
It's too busy with the flowers? Let's see. Let's just see how busy it is. Now there are some little viney things on here. I cut those off. I wasn't interested in working all night at my fussy cutting, just retrieving the flowers mostly. But I wanted the few of the leaves. It's pretty easy to fussy cut this though. Outside of the viney things, if you don't worry about those, it's not bad fussy cutting. You just kind of have to cut down between the leaves once you get it rough cut. Bryce is too busy, but we're going to wait a minute to make a decision. And then cut the flower.
Take the water away if you're going to use the flowers, because they agree with me it's too busy.
Well, let's see. We will give them a choice as soon as I have something to show them.
Andrea and Kathy girl say no acetate. Betty agrees with them.
No acetate? We'll see.
Well, I don't know. She might be agreeing with Betty McSorley that says the acetate looks like waves. Janet says she agrees with Andrea.
No acetate? Is
Yes.
that what she's agreeing with?
Yep.
Well, the beautiful part of this is you guys too are going to have leftover chipboard pieces, so you will be able to make the decisions that make your heart happy. At the end of the day, I have a little tiny leaf here. It's like, no, it's getting chopped off. This little viney thing. I just need enough cut off of this to be able to see whether or not it should go on here. Ah, I do believe I might have to replace my little tiny scissors eventually. They're kind of getting less sharp in the middle. I've had them since we did that class. When did we do that dot and do class? When I gave the scissors a long time ago. And I've been using them regularly ever since, and they're all of about $2. So these are not ones I probably will sharpen. These are ones I probably will pitch and get a new pair. Okay. Just gotta say that the flowers look good with the flowers and the whale. So you can't go clear down there. Top. But I won't cry all night if we don't use my flowers. I just like the idea of salvaging them. It just makes me happy. Okay, I'm not going to finish my fussy cutting because we can probably make a decision without finishing it, but picture it finished.
More no waters.
Huh?
Take
No
the
waters.
water away, no water. Say hi to Karen Williams.
Hi, Karen. Welcome. Yeah? This is good, huh?
Ours suggests maybe a smaller sentiment.
We could try it. I have white in Best Wishes.
I thought it was many thanks.
It is many things. Yes, thank you. I have this one. I said I have white, and I think I have white. I have this green, this soft green. That'd be pretty, maybe. I'm kind of mad that multicolor doesn't do it for me. I had to get lost. I think it's gonna have to be light, whatever. Oh, is that white? Nope, it's not all white, but okay, let's try that. Let's try that. Have we decided that the acetate's out? Or are we still on deciding that?
I think Betty suggests if you cut the acetate to look like waves, so
Yeah.
kind of curve it.
Okay.
That could be kind of cool.
All right. Let's find out.
Andrea thinks there's an awful lot of stuff on this card and he's streamlined a bit. Kathy Girl votes again, no acetate.
Okay. Let's try different words. Now remember, this gets cut out better. Let's try this one. Let's just try cutting a little wave in there, just literally like a little rolling wave. This is scrap anyway, so it won't hurt to cut a little rolling wave and a little narrow strip to find out. I've got lots of scrap I can still experiment with to see whether I want whether I can die cut this acetate scraps or not. I think it doesn't leave us a lot of room for other elements, so I think that's going to be the problem. If we do that, we kind of almost need to lose the flowers, I think. I'm not feeling it. You guys?
I like the smaller sentiment.
You do like the smaller sentiment. I was thinking the bigger sentiment, but I'm thinking the acetate is maybe not doing it for me. But what do you guys think? We can do whatever makes you happy. Let's turn it up so you can see.
They suggest, what if the flowers were across the bottom like seaweed on them? So more room for the whale and the sentiment.
Instead of the acetate?
Kathy says, too many decisions.
Like a kid in a candy store. Okay. So I said I wasn't feeling it, and then I'm looking at it, and maybe I do feel it. I kind of like the way that teal color comes up through there.
No acetate, but they like the flowers.
Okay. All right.
some like just a little across the bottom. You're not going to please them all.
That's true. I'm not going to please them all. Okay.
Mary says, boot the acetate.
Go back to the flower. This kind of takes over because it's so heavy at the bottom, but it really isn't that heavy at the bottom. It's just the way I have it not cut. So I'm going to cut this out. Oh, there we go. There it is. I lost track of which way was.
Roberta and Mary both say flower on bottom or one in the upper right corner.
Or let's take a look.
Natalie likes the one bigger flower.
We can remind ourselves what this one looked like in case anybody was wondering. We could put both these things at the top and the whale across the bottom.
Andrea likes taking the bigger flower, cutting it in half, and putting it across the bottom like seaweed.
This one here, and cut it.
That's what they're saying.
You know, we're experimenting. Let's find out. Where's our scissors?
If you cut it, you can't go back.
That's okay. We are designing. When you design, you have to do stuff.
Just did.
Yes, I did.
That's actually kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Can you guys see that well?
Not super well, but
That's pretty cool. I like it. Now let's get our greeting in behind here somehow. I want to try both. I want to try this one. That's pretty cool looking, I gotta say. Don't like that there, though.
to go above his head.
It's like this one's almost too big, too. Unless, the one thing about the bigger one is that you can still see what it says even if you cover up part of it. Although that's not bad right there.
Show us the bigger one in dark blue.
In dark blue instead of white? I have dark blue. I think I said a while ago I had no black. Look there. I had black.
Try black, but blue I think is the right color.
I do like this. See this flower across the bottom. That was inspired, guys. Yeah, I'm not feeling that now. I had it this
Now
way
voting
before.
for the smaller sentiment. I'm not sure what a 6 is, but Eddie's voting a 6.
Betty's probably saying she's going to go get hot chocolate or something.
Karen also suggests no sentiment.
No sentiment at all. That's a thought. Nothing says we have to have one.
And you'd have room for your little flower in the upper corner, maybe.
Maybe.
Still might be too big. It's a big flower.
Okay, so what are we doing, guys? How about, let's see if this is just way too busy. It probably is, but oh. What?
Now Betty's voting number 17.
I can hardly wait, Betty, to hear what number 17 and number 6 were.
No upper flower.
Lose the sentiment or keep the sentiment? Lose the sentiment, add a few bubbles.
They all say lose the flower.
Okay, lose the flower. Lose the sentiment, add a few bubbles. No, whale most certainly.
17 comes up.
Oh, okay.
17, that's...
All right, let's try losing the sentiment. Let's try the white again. Because I think on this, the white might be pretty. I don't know. I'm not totally engrossed with the white, guys. I just... As you know, I have many choices.
Kathy wants to know if you feel like you're in the washing machine now with keep the white, get rid of the sentiment, keep the sentiment.
Nah. Might be too many.
If you centered the whale a little bit more in the card and just kind of put the bubbles randomly around the card.
We can do
So
that.
it's not coming from the whale at all.
We can try that. Absolutely.
Maybe 5 bubbles. Couple below him. Mary R suggests trying clear.
You like that a lot? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah,
okay. I have clear, guys. I have clear. I'm actually liking this a lot. This is probably my favorite of what we've done so far. I love the cut flowers on the bottom. That was Andrea's idea, right?
Irma says that's it in all capital letters. She likes that one too.
Yeah, I'm liking this a lot. And we still salvage the flowers. So whether we use all the flowers or not is not really the issue. The issue is we saved them from the front, and that makes me happy.
Janet says yes too. That's
okay.
Kind of your card, but maybe the clear. I don't know. So we're going to compare and contrast, as Mary suggests. Betty says her cat's hungry.
That's number 47. Feed the cat. Must feed the cat. Time to stop. We've got to feed the cat.
Betty is preferring the clear as well. Usually double clear. Prefer the clear.
What do you think?
Roberta likes it with the clear too.
I think I like to clear. I think we're done.
Okay.
I think we've done it, guys. All right.
Janet says clear too.
Very quickly, Thursday, we will be wrapping up.
Karen says she needs that huge box of jumps.
Thursday, we'll be wrapping up the box 7 kit. We'll be making our final in-class 9 cards. Remember, you can make lots more because you still have that lovely embossing folder, the stamps, the die. There's lots of potential in that kit left. But we'll wrap up the last few cards with the cute baby animals. And we'll be making 9 cards together with that. We probably won't make all 9 in class, although I think we can probably get further because ours isn't as involved as the one that Margie did. My most involved is the rocker card. And that's just, as you know, kind of trimming around the covering the card is the biggest part of that. So we'll do that together. Then we'll pop together 3 or 4 cards and make sure that you know how to do the remainder. And then let's see what's coming up next week. Is next week cars already? Oh, look at her calendar over there. I think it is. I think next week is her cars already. But that might be a week from Thursday. We have to just look at Brittany's schedule there. And then we've got Animal Kingdom. The 12th. Yes. On the 12th, we'll do the baby car, or the race cars. You guys know what those look like, right? Anybody want to see the samples again for the race cars? And do you know that the powders, the wow powders, are back out there? The packages of glittered and regular wow for the Shimmer and Shine cards are back out on the website if you want those. There will be a set of those included in the race cars. The race cars are actually going to look slightly different than my inspiration cards because I've decided that for these cards, I really prefer the I'm going to show you anyway, because I really prefer the softer Shimmer and Shine, I think, to the kind of glassy look in this one. Although I think both have appeal, but these are the cards we'll be doing in that class. But I think we're gonna use the Shimmer and Shine on this one. I actually used the UD powder over the top to try and go for the effect of glass. And I've decided that I think we're going to do that with the Shimmer and Shine powders instead. You can use, some of these have glitter and some don't. This one has glitter, so you can see what the glitter will look like in it. And I think the glitter's nice in it, even for a masculine card. I still think it has a nice appeal for a guy. And then the following, that's on the 17th. So is that a week from today? No, that's 2 weeks from today. It's on Thursday, right? The race cars? No?
The race cars are on the 12th.
Is that what day of the week is that?
From today.
Oh, okay. The race cars are a week from today. Okay. Okay, so the race cars, I'm sorry, I got confused there. We've got...
Box 7 is on Thursday the 10th.
Okay.
Race cars are on the 12th.
Okay. So we're doing box 7, finishing that next Thursday. Next Saturday, we're going to do the race cars. And the following Thursday, we're starting with the Animal Kingdom. And we'll be doing Animal Kingdom both Thursdays and Saturdays because we said we're going to do them all. And I presume that you guys are still serious about wanting all the Animal Kingdom cards. Is that right? Can you guys just verify that for me, that you want to do all of the Animal Kingdom cards? the whole set together. And if you find that photo box for $22, $23, it's still going to be a great deal. They actually are supposed to sell for $50. And so that's why I said I can't touch them, because it's just a photo box. That's right. The gems, I put all the gems in there. Can we do a supply kit only, please? Yeah, I think we could do that if you want to. We can do the weekly supply kits. Sure. We'll do a version with the kit and a version without. Yeah, we can do that.
Yes, 3 yeses so far.
So, okay. So you are verifying that we indeed do want to do the entire animal kingdom. So we're going to start on that a week from Thursday. We'll finish box kit 7 and then on to animal kingdom. And that's where we are. Okay, well, this has been a joy. You guys are always fun and funny, and I love spending time with you. Thanks for hanging out with me today while we've done all of our fun projects. And I think we should call it good, since you guys got to feed your families and your kitties. And so, and we have to figure out what we're going to do for food, because I'm getting hungry too. So I think we're going to say already hot set. Thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up if you didn't do it yet. Good night, all. I'm going to say good night, Gracie. We will see you on Wednesday for What's New Wednesday. Bye, guys.